I am on my way to Electric and Folding Bikes Northwest in the Ballard neighborhood. It's about to be an awesome episode. Stick with me. I'm just headed down to catch the bus over to Ballard, and I am so excited. In fact, Ballard is where I'm going to be playing a show here just at the end of the week, November 24th at Connor Byrne. I am playing with Tobias the Owl and Sojourn Soul. You gotta be there. It's gonna be an awesome show. Get your tickets. I'm sure there's a few left if you're lucky. You can get your tickets at jeremiahcraig.com/tix. Get on that quick because it's gonna be an awesome show. Now, let's get down to Electric and Folding Bikes Northwest.
It's the Break Room Balladeer.
Well, after 2 buses to get down to Ballard, I am running a little late, unfortunately, and maybe, just maybe, if I had one of these e-bikes, I would have been here on time. We'll have to see. I am with DJ of Electric and Folding Bikes Northwest. Thank you so much for having me for this Break Room Balladeer episode. I am super interested in this e-bikes industry. I am completely new to it as well. I mean, I remember the e-bikes like of the late 90s and how enormous they were, but this doesn't look like an e-bike at all, really. This just looks like a normal bike.
Yeah, they've come a long ways. I mean, Giant introduced an e-bike in '97 called the Lafree, and it was 80 pounds, and it looked kind of like a scooter. It would climb a tree, but yeah, it was a beast. So lead acid batteries and all that. It's really changed, and this is a Giant also. This is my commuter. I commute from West Seattle to Ballard on this every day, and yeah, it's really a joy. I can get to work without being too sweaty and too exhausted, and I can look forward to my ride home.
So you've been into e-bikes since pretty much the beginning.
The business was one of the first in the U.S. I believe
Okay.
It was the first. I personally came into it in about 2009. I was an auto mechanic for 15 years, and I wanted a change of career, and this felt really good. And then in 2012, the former owner wanted to retire, and I didn't want to stop doing this. So I carried it on.
When some people are thinking about getting into e-bikes, what's one thing that they should really focus on?
It's just important to get out there and test and feel and see what works for you, because some people need a throttle and like a throttle, and there's always going to be a throttle. And some people just need the pedal assist. There's longer range bikes, there's shorter range bikes, there's off-road bikes, there's cargo bikes. So yeah, really figure out what fits in your life and get out there and test ride them. Yeah.
And you said that I get to test ride
Absolutely.
a bike today. Oh, I'm so excited about that.
Absolutely.
I recently read that there was a law in New York City that kept people from actually using their e-bikes.
Yeah.
But that's starting to change. Why was that in place?
I think New York was specifically had to do with the food delivery industry. So there was people getting throttle operated e-bikes, and they were delivering food. They were in the street, they were on the sidewalk, they were back in the street, and they were kind of being a menace, I think. That's what I understand. So the law was misplaced, and a strong bias against e-bikes. I mean, there's always been, and there still is, a strong bias against e-bikes, mainly because they're misunderstood. I mean, when most people hear e-bike, they think scooter, and it's really not a scooter. I mean, I have to pedal this thing just as hard as I would a regular bike, but I go faster.
Speaking of speed, I had to take 2 buses to get here, and I sort of misjudged the time. I was late, and I live about 4 to 5 miles away from here.
Gotcha.
It took me about maybe a half an hour, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Could I have gotten here faster with e-bike?
Much faster, yeah.
What could I have done that in?
I would say 10 minutes. Yeah.
Wow, okay.
Yeah. So I come from West Seattle, and it's about 13 miles each way, and it takes me about 45 minutes. So in a car on a weekday, it's an hour or more. The bus is definitely an hour. So I beat the bus and traffic, yeah.
What's one thing that you're looking forward to about the future as a e-bike business and the e-bike industry?
You know, the e-bike industry is really coming into its own in the last 4 or 5 years. It's really kind of blossoming into a valid business. As you can see, there's lots more competition, which is a good thing. It's a very, very good thing that shows that it is sustainable. People are really looking at this as a second car. The off-road industry is coming along too, so e-bikes are becoming full suspension and taking trails and doing rides that people love to do but maybe couldn't do anymore. I'm excited for the continued growth of all that.
Me too. And I'm new to this industry. I'm looking forward to trying one of these bikes. All right, so this is the first time that I'm going to be riding an e-bike. All right, let's give this a shot. Here we go. Oh man, that's got boost. Oh Jesus. You press on the pedal and just goes. Whoa! What a blast. I just got back from going around the corner in this. Whoa. Man, when you first step down on the pedal, it just gives you that boost right away. I was going down one of these side streets over here where, you know, the speed limit is probably like 25 miles an hour. I was going 30 in this and it was easy. Wow, what a ride, what a thrill. I think I might have been just sold. I kind of want one of these now. This is incredible. This would be so easy to take hills and stuff. Whoa. Plus it's a ton of fun. Love it. I came across the news about e-bikes in New York City and how they were illegal for the longest time. You could buy them, but you couldn't ride them, right? It's because of the delivery guys. And I thought that was a neat idea, so I started thinking about what if a delivery guy still did it just because he made so much money because he could make deliveries so quickly and just beat out the competition. I decided to write a song about that situation, and it's called Throttle Up. So I'm gonna give this a shot. I got the lyrics here because I just finished it yesterday. But I only work at night because that's when the tips are right and the pigs can't see what I ride. Order at the door and then I'm back at the store to pick up another and then I fly. If you don't take the risks, you just give me assists in my winning throughs. Well, I don't need much space and I dare you to chase as I throttle up the hill. As I round the turn and again I am alone. There's just more for me as I keep the lead, even when I'm home. Yeah. My dad is on my side and my route is optimized. I can bypass these infrastructure ills. Traffic jams or one-ways, I traverse all terrains. Nothing can keep me still. You might round the block for a parking spot, but that's too much time you've killed. And I don't need much space, and I dare you to chase